Yeah, I certainly think, Chris, that the Denham campaign is really nervous right now. Of course, I mean they know they're in a tough race. We talked to a lot of of people, over the past few months that say they think it's going to be a razor-thin election race. I got to say though, as you see those returns coming in, I was talking to Paul Mitchell with Political Data Inc. yesterday about this. He was sort of saying that it's pretty typical at 8 p.m. when the polls close to maybe see Republican turnout a little bit higher, because those early votes do tend to be older, whiter, white, more conservative voters that do come to the polls typically in those early vote. So a lot of times the people who are voting later, maybe showing up to the polls at the last minute, are sometimes more of the Democratic vote. So we might see that Democratic vote inch up throughout the night. But of course, we'll see. I know the campaign is waiting to have a pretty expecting to be here pretty late into the night. They're saying they could even go till 2 in the morning here if we even get any results. Just for a little color from this event, though, you can see behind me people are starting to get some drinks. There's some beer on tap, and we looked at the menu. They'll be eating tri-tip and mashed potatoes. They have wine, beer, champagne. Just before they ate, they were singing "God Bless America." They all stood for the Pledge of Allegiance. But there's a lot of issues at play here, and one of those in particular is water. In this district, it's a heavily agricultural area, and water is something that a lot of these voters are going to be the one issue that they're going to be voting on. And I know Lena Howland over at the Josh Harder campaign, that's something you've been following. I know you were at that water grab rally just a few months ago. Lena, how is that playing into this election?
Well, Liz, we have been talking about this for several weeks now, and water is one of the very big issues that is playing a role in this specific race. Now, I was at that Stop the Water Grab rally just a few months ago, and I was there with Jeff Denham, and we saw Jeff Denham speak to many of the farmers, and I talked to many of the farmers who said they did support Jeff Denham in what he is trying to do here. They said they do support him, and that is one of the bigger things that Josh Harder is up against right now. And as we know, there was that last-minute initiative that we reported on just a couple of weeks ago with that water memo that the president and Jeff Denham worked on together. That was his presidential that was his presidential memo that he put together, worked together with Denham. And I spoke with Josh Harder about this, and he said that this is just kind of one last-minute desperate attempt that Denham was doing to try to get some votes here in the Valley. So that's just what people are saying. That's what people are talking about. Again, water is one of the bigger issues that has weighed on this. Both candidates have said that they will work hard on the water issues here in the Valley. There's no contesting that. It's just kind of one of the issues that people are talking about. That's what people are thinking about. We do know there was that memo signed off on just 2 weeks ago by President Trump, and Jeff Denham was by his side. So for now, we are inside of Josh Harder's watch party right now. They have just opened the doors. We're going to pan over there. You can see a very, very large crowd of people that are just starting to make their way into this watch party tonight. They have only opened the doors a few minutes ago, so we are still working on talking to some of the people out here. We will be hearing from them just a little bit later on in the show, but for now we're going to stay out here and continue to talk to these people again about those important issues like water that are playing a role in how some of these people are voting. So for now, we're going to go ahead and toss it back to you guys.